ever since Overwatch dropped the 2, there's a question that has been living rent-free in my head. Why do devs keep making the cute characters the most annoying ones? One of the obvious reasons is that these characters tend to be tiny, and tiny characters have tiny hurtboxes, making them harder to hit. Give them the ability to move around at Mach 3, and you got situations where even professional players have trouble hitting these creatures, while some randoms online will swear to God that they have 100% accuracy against these characters, while in reality they are playing like this. But that is how the internet is. You can't always expect people to be completely truthful or accurately represent reality. Tiny hurtboxes have always been a pain in the butt to deal with, regardless of game genre. A great example of this is Pet Shop in Capcom's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. While definitely not on the cute side, his unconventional, tiny hurtbox was a major factor as to why he broke the game. If you want to make players upset, look no further than to make targets so tiny that you force them to dedicate themselves to learn how to deal with one very specific oddball character. But to be honest, in worlds with elite soldiers, freaks of nature, giants, monsters, and even gods, tiny hurtboxes might be one of the few upper hands that these characters have. Look, realistically, there's no way you're gonna convince me that if Yumi was to fight Aurelion Sol, she wouldn't just get disintegrated from existence by a mere sneeze. For gameplay purposes, you've got to give some kind of advantage for the stupid cat in the hat book in order for it to survive. And League is no stranger to this design philosophy, with the Yordles particularly specializing in being absolute nuisances, as it's the only way that could make some sense as to how the hell they could even put up a fight. Teemo would definitely not beat Darius in a fist fight, but give him blinds, poison, and invisible explosive slowing mushrooms that apply damage over time, and now the Darius player is more likely to be the first one to type out slurs in chat. Teemo might not be the first annoying character in multiplayer games, but he is the perfect example. A blueprint on how to be a tiny nuisance. Besides having the honor of becoming League's measurement unit, he established the foundation of what being a Yordle meant gameplay-wise, and the others would soon follow. And he keeps the tradition alive by being annoying even in 2x KO. When he was released, Teemo was seen as an absolute menace. There's a reason why people used to say that he has a global taunt. Not only were his abilities infuriating, but this cheeky rat also had a high-pitched voice and laughed at your face while your life was slowly drained away. More infuriating than losing to an opponent is losing to an opponent who is playing a cute character with a high-pitched voice that keeps taunting you. These characters will often become the target of the enemy teams, which makes them being annoying a valid win condition, depending on how effective the enemy is at dealing with them, or not taking the rage bait when it's not a good idea.
I'm relaxed. Armed and dangerous again!
So in a lot of cases, these characters are intentionally designed to be as annoying as possible to, again, help them gain some kind of upper hand on otherwise uneven odds. Or maybe it's all a plan to harvest the anguish of the players, as they build up hatred towards this stupid shark. Oh look, he's so cute, I will never hurt—
Kill for me! Now!
Cute aggression is a part as to why these characters are seen as annoying as well. Sometimes in real life you see a cute animal and suddenly you feel the urge to punch them, bite them, bathe in their blood. But you won't do that, because the real reason why you feel that anger is because you feel compelled to defend that creature, creating a confusing mixture of feelings of love and aggression. An evolutionary trait meant to help humans defend their offspring by keeping them on the edge all the time for possible threats, cute aggression might not get past an intrusive thought most of the time. Well, at least I hope so. In a game, however, killing something cute isn't an irreversible act that will forever plague you with guilt. So, in a way, it's a safe place for the realization of this
A deep, dark fantasy.
all things considered, sometimes a character just doesn't hit, and ends up feeling thematically out of place, which ends up being another factor as to why these characters are perceived as annoying. It doesn't help that whenever you get these cases of overly cute things contrasting with, for example, there are definitely players who will go out of their way to make sure that they are pissing off other players with their choices. Sometimes people are out to rage bait others, and a lot of devs are definitely aware of that and play into it. Some examples are when Call of Duty introduced the anime skin guns and people would buy that just to piss off whoever they killed, which I admit it, guilty as charged. Or when Harada expanded his lifespan by at least 5 years by draining some time off of every Eddie Mang's lives. The cute nuisance has in a way become a staple archetype in video game character design, and hate it or love it, there's a public for it, and multiplayer games in particular will often lean into it because they tend to require more character diversity to reach a wider range of players, which means that the archetype is not going away anytime soon. To each their own, I suppose. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.